We got Whyte feeding Franklin by a 12-round majority decision, which a lot of people will say was a robbery.
Yeah, I haven't seen Franklin back in the studio since that fight went down, to be honest.
Broom, you actually watched the fight. What do you reckon?
Like, I wouldn't say a robbery, but like, I wouldn't complain if Franklin had got the nod.
Yeah.
From what I read, it was close, and they both like threw hands the whole time, so it wasn't boring. Apparently,
Oh, it was not. It wasn't boring, but like, it was boring from the perspective of I know what White can do.
yeah, right. And he was just like holding back, or
Yeah, like I don't know, just whether he didn't like have the respect he should have for Franklin or like what. But yeah, he didn't put in the performance that I thought. Like on the back of that, even though Franklin lost, I would give Franklin the AJ fight.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I'm pretty sure I've seen an article with Eddie saying that he's lining up the like Franklin and AJ fight rather than the Whyte fight.
yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I hadn't seen anything about that, but yeah, like it would be
Broom, the wizard of prediction.
just make more sense to do the fight versus Franklin because like White didn't put in
The effort
like
or anything like that.
yeah, like the performance to be like fuck, I'm here and I'm coming to take you. Like if he fights like that against AJ, it's over within 5.
Yeah. Yeah, from the highlights that I've seen, he's leaving himself way too open for anything AJ's doing at the moment.
Yeah, like I know Franklin's not like the best, but as like AJ said after the fight, like if that's his fighter, he's expecting the knockout. Like AJ even said, like him himself, if he's going in there against that caliber of opponent, it's fucking one way, and he's going to knock the cunt out.
Yeah, 100%.
And if he fights Franklin, it will be over within 5. But like I don't know, I feel like Franklin probably deserves that payday more than White right now.
Yeah, I like to be honest, I don't really want to see AJ versus White again. I'd like to see how Franklin goes in that position.
No.
Yeah, it would be good.
We're not talking about you.
He was getting excited. He thought he was getting a payday and getting out of here.
I'm not there, but tell him to pipe down.
I just let him know they're talking about a different Franklin. They're talking about a Franklin, not a Franklin.
Anyway, we got Parker versus Ryder. Parker retired in round 4 due to a broken hand.
Ooh. What hand did he break?
I believe it was his right.
Is he orthodox?
I'm not sure. I didn't watch any highlights of the fight or anything. I only seen the result.
I mean, playing through, I believe it's fight night, round 3 or 4, you break your hand in that game and you have to finish the fight with just your other hand. So, I mean, I've been in that situation. I know it's possible. Froome, you could say the same thing. Nah, yeah, fuck that, though. Because you don't want to cause more damage to it. And then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, like, if it's broken and you punch in the exact same spot, it's just going to fuck that whole section. Because there's no, like, brace there to hold it together.
And Parker's still young, so yeah, exactly. There's no point in injuring his hand any further. But it pushes Ryder into a mandatory position, I believe, for like a WBO shot at like Canelo's titles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. That Ryder's decent. He's starting to get on, but I think.
Yeah, that's it. I think maybe a couple of years ago he would have had a bit more of a chance. When he fought Smith, and everybody says that he beat Smith, which I've watched that fight back and I believe that he did too.
Which Smith?
Yeah,
if he ended up fighting Canelo at the start of that, not to say that he would have beat him, but I reckon he would have had a lot more of a chance. It would have been a lot more of a competitive fight if he was the one fighting Canelo at the start of that 168 run.
So Tall Smith
for sure.
is who you're talking about.
Tall Smith.
Yeah.
Yes, Tall Smith, not Gray Smith.
The one who had fucking a bicep on his bicep.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, it would have been a different fight with Ryder.
That's interesting, though. So there could be, like, other exciting fights for Canelo if the Bivol fight doesn't go through.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to fight Bivol when he comes back in May or whatever it is. He's going to fight one of his mandatories, probably the IBF one, you would assume, because they're the most forceful with it. But we just have to see how that goes and play it by ear. But we also had Zepeda, Jose Zepeda, not William, at 140 versus Regis Prograis. Prograis won by 11-round KO. It was a pretty brutal KO. You've seen the video for it. He fucking had him up against the ropes and was just fighting so mashing him, and then all of a sudden Zepeda just went brute. I don't know, you probably watched it for him, but you might have seen highlights from it. Griff, there was a fight that like happened last year where there was like 11 fucking knockdowns. One dude was wearing like black and gold trunks, the other dude was wearing like black and green trunks.
Off the top of my head, I can't really remember. But
If I showed you the highlights, you might remember it. But yeah, that was a fight that Zepeda was involved in with a dude called Ivan Baranchik, and that was a fucking crazy fight. So I knew that Prograis was in for a bit of a rough night.
yeah,
But he managed to get the job done, and doing that, he picks up the vacant WBC super lightweight title, which is the one that Taylor had to drop, apparently.
yeah, right. That's exciting.
Mhm.
Makes it interesting for the super lightweight because that's where
Lopez.
that's where Lopez has gone to.
Mhm.
There's been like while Lopez was down at 130 or
135.
while he was down there was already like talk between him and Prograis, like going on Prograis saying he's gonna smash him and shit.
Well, that's actually a good fight, to be honest. I'd fucking pay for that.
When's his
Yeah.
first fight at that weight coming up? Lopez.
He's already had one, and his next fight is next weekend. We have a fucking huge weekend next weekend.
How did he go? Like this fight?
He won the last fight by knockout, I believe, in like the 8th round or something. He didn't look too great, but it wasn't against like the best opponent or anything like that. But he's fighting. Who's he fighting? He's fighting. What's his fucking name? Some guy. The last guy that he fought, Mikey Garcia.
Okay. Related to Ryan at all?
No, or was it like Garcia is once again just like a common name in Mexico. I've got to find his name.
Mikey Garcia, I'm more than sure his brother is Roberto Garcia, the one who trained AJ for the Usyk fight.
Oh, okay.
So he's like
that name sounds
from a good boxing family.
Yeah, no.
He got like Garcia went up.
Sandor Martin, that's the dude's name. He fought Mikey Garcia in Mikey Garcia's last fight, and it was like one of those things. They went into the fight, and everyone's like, "Oh, Garcia's just going to beat this guy," and then all of a sudden, Martin just came out and beat the fucking brakes off Mikey Garcia for 12 rounds,
Okay.
and he retired after that. So this is actually going to be a decent fight for Lopez.
Keen to see it. Keen to see how he goes.
It'd be good to see him work his way through that weight class and see where he can end up.
Yeah.
Like the people at the top of that weight class are fucking good. Like you got Prograis, you got fucking Josh Taylor.
Who's the dude that Taylor beat? Ramirez. Jose Ramirez. He's at that weight as well. He's the guy that Taylor beat to like become undisputed.
Oh yeah.
And then you got Catterall, who's like who Taylor's fighting, who everybody like believes that like beat Taylor the last time. So even if Taylor gets the job done, he's still a fucking top flight contender. So yeah, it's a pretty fucking stacked division for Lopez to be going into.
Yeah, for sure. And then what the next weight class up is like 154 or something.
147, which is like Bud, Spence, Boots Ennis, fucking killers.
Yeah. Stacked fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Them lower classes are all pretty fucking stacked, though.
They are.
Good.
If you just look at it as a casual fan, you're like, oh, well, there's nothing going on down there. But yeah, once you actually look into it, kind of thing, especially fucking 135 at the moment, man.
Yeah. Just
so many top contenders like Loma, Haney, Tank, fucking Zepeda, Cambosis, fucking like Diaz. Who am I forgetting? Stevenson now. Like that's such a good crop of people that can all just be fighting one another.
Yeah.
And yeah, same at 140, same at 147. If everybody decided to get their shit together.